Hi, Facebook friends. This is Kathleen Nguyen, your real estate agent and investor here in San Diego County. Just wanted to say hi to everyone. Have a great Friday. I'm hoping that you are having a great Friday. So what's everyone doing? My sister-in-law wanted to go to an 80s party at the Humphreys tonight at around 8 o'clock, but I'm not sure because I'm starting to not, I would jump on that usually, but just this week, it's just been so crazy. So like, I can't, I don't have, the time to get ready and get all dressed up nicely. Would love to do that normally, but just, I don't know, this week is just was not in the mood for it. So anyways, I'm hoping you guys have a great Friday and heading into the weekend that you have plans for great things. Yeah, and the other thing that was that we were kind of disappointed in, I guess this whole week was a disappointment. We were expecting, Hillary to come through and didn't do much. So I know we should be blessed and we should be thankful that it didn't do much damage to San Diego, but my son and I were actually a little disappointed, and I know we're crazy to think that way, right? But anyways, hopefully it didn't do too much damage to the rest of the state, and everyone, is doing well from that. But so on to this report that I wanted to share with you. Actually, let me share the screen. And if you're watching this on your cell phone, I'm not sure you're going to be able to see, but I'm going to do my best to make it as big as I can. So let me share a screen here. Okay, so if you can see it. So what this is I've been doing some market updates and I just haven't been doing them for a while now because this just has not been very exciting. We haven't had much inventory, as you can tell, right? And so our pricing in San Diego for July, this was last month's, our median home price is $969. And depending on who's pulling the data, I found another, I believe from the National Association, that's saying that we're about $1 million in our median price in San Diego County. But look at the price fluctuation. So we were the highest around January, in the last 2 years, that is, around not January, May of 2022. And then we dipped in the end of the year, December to the beginning of the year in January of 2023. Now that's actually very normal. This is a normal seasonal, growth chart or chart that we see due to just the normal ways that real estate has been, going on for years. And that is, we have cycles in our markets, right? Summer and spring is usually hot, very, very, a lot of movements going on, a lot of activity. So we have a lot of sales and a lot of turnovers. And then of course, the winter comes and everyone's thinking about the holidays and gifts. And so buying and selling is the last thing on their mind. And so we usually have a dip sometime November, December, January. So that's actually a very normal chart that we're seeing here. So what does that mean? That means that our pricing haven't really been affected that much. And of course, it's due to the just the really, really tight inventory. So even though the interest rate has gone up, it has not made a huge dent in our pricing because there is a lack of inventory. Okay, so as you can see here, the number of unsold inventory is about 2 months. So that's not a lot. The average is around 5 to 6 months. Our median time on market is only 12 days. So if you put your home on the market and it's priced correctly, it'll be gone in less than 2 weeks. This is a little bit higher than what we were seeing before, but it's still extremely short period of time. And the home prices year to date, year over year, is 4.9% supposedly decrease in home pricing, or I'm sorry, home sales, not home pricing, the volume. We're still talking about volume here in this category. So volume-wise, there is not a lot of inventory, and it increased a little bit here in July because of the season of the market, but nothing compared to how it was before. So what's going on? Why is inventory so low? I know that you probably have heard, and a friend of mine was, he came up with the term. I'm sure he didn't come up with it, but he just, he heard it, and it's called the golden handcuffs. And this is, it's so true, because right now sellers are pretty much in a handcuff situation. It's a golden handcuff, though, because they're sitting on a lot of equity and their asset is worth a lot. However, they're not able to make changes in their lives. So they're very asset rich and possibly cash poor. And even if they have to move, unless it's, unless they really truly have to, they're just going to sit still in their current home because the rates are so good. And a lot of these homeowners, I believe the stats were something like 70% of homeowners are sitting on less than 5% interest rate. And some are even lower, like 3-4% interest rate. So the current rate right now is close to 7, maybe even a little over 7 for depending on your credit score. But so if you're going from, a home that has such low interest rate to one that's higher, it's going to be a little bit of a difficult decision to make, especially when you're going from a nicer home or a bigger home to a smaller home and paying the same amount of mortgage. Doesn't make sense, right? And that's why a lot of people are still in their current home, and therefore our market is not changing. There's no turnover. The turnover is extremely, it's extremely low. And so how are we solving this problem? Well, I have a solution. It's not for everyone, but actually there are quite a few of us that are coming up with the creative ways of doing real estate in order to move people along in their, progress of life, right? A lot of families are moving from a condo to a bigger home because the dynamics of their families are changing. They're having more kids, or elderly parents downsizing from a big home because they're now, going into a nursing home or into assisted living, or they just want to downsize into a smaller condo that's more manageable than a large home where there's no one, all their kids are moving out, and they're empty nesters. And then you've got, everyone else in between, right? That are having, that are wanting to move, but not able to. So there are some solutions. It's not mainstream, but there are solutions, and I'll get into that, on another video, another subject, on another day. But today, I just wanted to do it real quick and short, and just wanted to say hi to everyone. And what I'm planning on doing is every Friday is to tell you what I have to offer, and then also, let you know what I need. So for those of you that know me, I'm a real estate investor and also an agent here in San Diego. So if you're looking to buy or sell real estate, reach out to me. If you're looking to invest, I can help you to underwrite, do some deal structuring so that it makes sense, because a lot of properties, especially in San Diego, does not pencil out. It does not make sense to invest in the traditional way, the traditional route. So, but there are ways to structure deals to make it work, but they're a little bit, tougher to find, and also there's a lot more maneuvering that you have to do. So I'm also an investor in regards to buy and hold. And so I do buy and hold in certain areas that still pencil out. And that's sometimes it's going to be out of state, usually in Arizona, Texas, and North Carolina, those areas, in Florida. But besides being an end buyer, I'm also a private money person. So I do some transaction funding, meaning I work with investors and wholesalers that need funds to close their double closing when they're wholesaling. And if they need EMD or transaction funding, I can assist with that. I just recently partnered with a private money lender. So I'm going to be able to offer that also, which includes like bridge loans, construction loans, and that type of thing. So that's coming around the corner. And of course, if you are an investor and you're still somewhat green and you need help with underwriting or deal structuring, I'm pretty good at that. I can help with that. So reach out to me and I can, work with you on seeing to making sure that the deal actually works out and that you're going to be making money from it. So that's what I have to offer. Now, what I'm looking for is I'm looking for sellers that are in distress or that need to downsize or upsize and are willing to, be open-minded and do creative strategies to make it work. Okay, so that's who I'm looking for, and I'm also looking for passive investors that want to invest in real estate but just don't know how to go about doing it. So those are the two categories that I'm looking for right now. As I progress through, things change every couple of weeks. Sometimes I'm looking for money, sometimes I'm looking for deals. So sometimes I have a lot of money and sometimes I have a lot of deals. So it's as a real estate investor, it's so interesting. It's so interesting because it's never a dull moment. Every transaction's different. And then there's always nothing ever goes as planned. So if you are a real estate investor and you're looking to invest in real estate thinking that it's going to be a smooth ride, it is not. It is not. However, it is very lucrative, very rewarding, and it will take some time, but where real estate investing is like the turtle, right? And not the rabbit, not the hare. So it's a slow and steady type of business that you're going to get yourself into. But anyways, that's all I have for today. Again, happy Friday, wishing everyone a great weekend, and I look forward to updating you again next week. Thank you for watching.